Well, hi, food friends. Welcome to Cavalcade of Food. It's Kevin.
Hey there, Kevin. I'm Ralph behind the camera. Welcome, one and all.
And look what we got here, Ralph.
Looks like some kind of
fixins.
Some kind of meatloaf.
It is some kind of meatloaf. That's exactly what it is. And this is my mom made meatloaf a lot. We loved meatloaf, and she made different variations. This is one of her meatloafs that she used to make called Meatloaf Florentine. And what makes it Florentine is it's going to have some spinach inside.
Love spinach.
And it's going to have some ham inside, which I need to get as well. Get this out of the fridge.
Is it all going to be mixed in together?
Well, it's kind of going to be rolled.
Oh, okay.
So let me show you how we do this. So first we start with our meatloaf mix.
How much meat there?
There's 2 pounds of meat.
All
now,
right.
Here's what I've got. I've got 1.5 pounds of ground chuck and 1/2 pound of ground pork. Now, some people like ground veal in their meatloaf in addition to the pork and the hamburger. You know what? Use what you like. I like a little pork in with the ground chuck. That's my favorite combination.
And you got that at your favorite Polish meat market today, right?
Yes, we did. So here's our meat. To that, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of milk. You with me?
Yes.
And 3/4 cup of breadcrumbs. Okay? And we're going to even add a couple of eggs here. 2, as a matter of fact. And we're also going to add, this is 1 onion that has been sauteed in butter. Yeah, I got another onion back there. We are on onions tonight. This is about 1/2 cup of chili sauce. Now you can use ketchup if you'd rather. I like chili sauce. It's got a little bit more zing to it, a little bit more zip. Let me do a quick hand wash here.
It's that old-fashioned chili sauce, it's not the real hot kind, but it's
right, not hot chili, but yeah,
it's the kind they sell at
old school chili sauce.
Old school chili sauce.
I'm going to put just you could put in, if you wanted some oregano or marjoram. I'm going to put in a little herbes de Provence, which is an herbal blend, a good pinch of pepper, and a good pinch of salt. Okay? Now, it's mixing time.
Now, I've heard of people mixing their meatloaf in a way so that they don't get their hands all mushy and goopy, is to put it in a bag, like a plastic freezer bag, you know. Put all the ingredients and form the meatloaf in there, and then just squeeze it out.
Really?
But I'm not that fussy. I like getting my hands in there. But I think the other thing is too, not to over mix it.
Oh, you're right. There you go. You don't want to over mix your meatloaf. You want to get it just so that everything's combined. And I think I'm just about there. So, good. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take our meat mixture. This is a procedure that requires a little bit of kind of patience, only because we're making a roll with the meat. So let me get some waxed paper. I know I have some in here somewhere. Okay. So here's our waxed paper. Now what we're going to do is let's take our meatloaf and we'll put it out on this waxed paper. See?
Mm-hmm. I'm with you so far.
Now I'm going to press it down. We're going to make kind of a rectangle out of it, if you will. You with me so far?
Yep, like making pizza dough.
Exactly, except with meat. So, it doesn't have to be perfect, but
you want it kind of in a square shape because you're going to roll it. You said, right?
Yes, we're gonna roll it up. So, but you want sort of this platform. Okay. So now, check this out. Here's our spinach. This is a 1 pound bag of frozen chopped spinach.
Is that what your mom would do?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you season that at all or anything?
No, it's just because the seasoning's in the meat. You could put a little salt if you wanted to, but we're going to just kind of spread the spinach out, not quite to the edge. Leave about I'm trying to leave about an inch margin.
But basically you want the spinach more in the center.
Yes.
Than at the edge.
And like I said, this has been squeezed out, get the moisture out. I put frozen spinach once it's thawed or cooked. I put it in actually an old tea towel and I wring it out over the sink.
Oh, okay.
And that seems to be
the best way to get all that moisture out.
Yeah. So, all right, so now we've got that. Now, of course, we've got to put in some ham. So I've got some ham here.
You mean just slices of ham?
I'm just using deli ham. Okay,
so
I actually
thinly.
prefer it because it's thin. And I'm going to put that over the spinach. I'm just going to kind of layer that. How's that?
Oh, this is going to be so good. I can tell.
By the way, you could use bacon if you didn't have ham.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Strips of bacon just laying there?
Yeah, because it would cook.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm just going to
use it all.
Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slices here.
Ham it up.
Don't we always?
You
okay. So, all right. So now we've got our ham and now we've got our spinach. Now we're going to start with the rock and the roll here. Okay.
Oh,
I'm using the wax paper.
I see. Oh,
see, to kind of push it.
Oh, very nice. Otherwise,
See
it
this?
might get a little messy.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it so that it's towards me. Whoop, push.
And roll.
And roll. Push and roll. And look what we got here.
That is so cool.
Now, I'm going to just sort of tuck.
Yeah, make it shaped like a little pig.
See, the ends are open. So let's just tuck those ends in. Okay.
And that seals in all the deliciousness?
Well, yeah, it just sort of closes it. And, okay, now, here we go. I've got a baking sheet here lined with, I put tin foil down. You don't have to. This is just for cleanup. And then I sprayed it with the nonstick spray. Now, here's our bottom seam. I'm going to pinch that together.
Just to make sure it's closed up nice.
Okay.
Is this going to
yeah, baby,
get
right
a sear on it?
Well, so now we've got that. Now, do we want to put we want to have a nice crust put on there?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And it will from baking, but one thing that we're going to do to help ensure a nice crust, Ralph, is we're going to put a little bit more chili sauce on top.
Okay.
I will tell you, I'm going to finish this with a little Swiss cheese on the top, but I'm not going to put that on yet.
Wait a minute, Swiss cheese on top of the chili sauce?
On top of the meatloaf.
But I mean...
This, here, we're going to just paint the meatloaf with this chili sauce.
I see.
See that?
Wow, so it's got...
because the chili sauce has got a sweetness, it's got some sugar in it,
mm-hmm.
and so that'll brown. Exactly, that'll make a crust.
But I just want to remind folks what you've got going on here, because it's pretty amazing. There's a lot going on. You've got spinach in there with some ham, and now this chili sauce, and then you're going to put cheese on top.
Right.
At the end, I guess?
At the very end, because you just want the cheese to melt over the top. So for right now, this is what we've got. We're going to have a nice chili sauce kind of exterior. And again, you could use ketchup here or tomato sauce if you wanted to.
Barbecue sauce?
You know what? That's a good idea. Yeah, you could use barbecue sauce if you wanted to.
Something like the kinds that have honey or sweetness in them.
Mm-hmm. So I've got our oven at 350 degrees. It really needs to cook for about an hour and 15 minutes or so. But what we're going to do is we're going to let it cook for an hour. And then when we come back the last 15 minutes, we'll put a few slices of cheese on the top. And that'll give it time to kind of cook and melt and brown.
Sounds good.
Okay, you know what, Ralph? The timer went off. So it's been added for an hour. Check it. Isn't that beautiful?
I still wish you would have shaped it into like a little pig with ears. But it looks great.
Well, what I'm going to do is we're going to give it one more little coating here with our chili sauce.
And then I see you've got some
Swiss cheese.
lined up ready to go on top. This is really intriguing me. I can't wait to try it.
So, again, we'll kind of paint a nice coating here with the chili sauce. We're going to put it back in the oven for about 15 minutes.
I
But
never knew baking a meatloaf could bring out the artist in someone.
how about that? The artiste.
Yeah.
So,
Kevin Petrosky, world's favorite artiste.
here we go.
Most beloved. Oh, look at how nice that looks. Mr. Artist, get them all nice and
Okay.
evenly distributed. So, yeah,
So-
that looks great.
We're going to put this back in the oven, like I said, for 15 minutes.
So, total cook time is 1 hour and 15.
Yeah.
After an hour, you put the cheese on.
Yep.
Do another coating of the.
Of the chili sauce.
Okay.
And then we'll take a shot when we bring it out of the oven. Oh, here we are.
Oh, look at that. Wow, it's just melted all over it. It looks
Yeah.
delicious. It smells good too.
So, this is what we get with another 15 minutes in the oven. Now, what I would really like to do is, should really let it rest for a few minutes,
But we're not going
but
to.
we're not going to. Look,
Ooh.
isn't that beautiful? You have the ham, the cheese, wonderful.
Feast for the eyes as well as the taste.
Smells so good. So, this is Meatloaf Florentine.
A la mom.
A la mom. So, we had a great time putting this together. We're going
Oh.
to have even a better time eating
And
it.
thanks to Marianne for the suggestion.
Thanks
for
to
this.
Sister. It was her idea that we make this tonight. So, thanks for being a part of this one. We had fun. Hope you did too. And we'll see you next time. Bye.